Rick, while you couldn't have enjoyed the loss, you'd have to be fairly pleased that you had 17 players who all put in.
You must have been in the change rooms. You sent him just. Elliot probably touched on it as well, but he just said that, as disappointed as we are in losing, that was a good game of football. It went from end to end. And while ever they're turning up with that type of effort, we'll just keep developing into the team we want to get to. But a couple of line breaks there in that second half turned it, and it was it was a really good game of football.
Does that sort of show that you're close, Ricky, and where you sort of need to get to?
Yeah, no. You're playing against a team that's been in the top four, aren't they?
Yeah.
No. Fifth, so they're up there around the top of the table. They're the top of the main section of the teams, and we've shown that we can match it with them, and we're certainly not intimidated by any team. And if we can hold on to some combinations now and not have any more injuries, and keep Jack and Jamal together, and keep the hookers playing the way they are. We've got Xavier there at the back learning how to play one, and he did a wonderful job tonight, I thought. He's going to develop into a very good young player. And if we keep those combinations and get some cohesion, we'll naturally just keep improving as a football team.
What did you make of Jamal's first outing for the club, Ricky?
I thought he was, very, very comfortable. He fitted in very well. Had some good neat kicks. Look, he'd be disappointed with that line break that was made on his inside shoulder, but it happens. I was very happy to have Jamal back tonight, and his game will just keep growing now.
Just having a look at the stats at halftime, 25 missed tackles to 9. Was that something you'd noticed and brought up at halftime?
If you sat down and went through every missed tackle that they put down, you could probably take off 8 to 12 of those. So I count missed tackles that create chaos, and there wasn't a lot of those in the first half when you're talking about that stat. But again, I'd have to look at it.
What did you sort of think that Jamal, I guess, brought to the next time?
Yeah, look, he brings a lot of control in his play and stuff, and like Rick said, it's only been his first game, so he's going to improve with Jacko. He hasn't played a lot of rugby for a while now, but he fitted in really well. His kicking game were massive for us along with Jacko, so more that combination gets playing together, it's going to get better and better. So especially with Xavier out the back as well at the moment. So yeah.
Sorry, Elliot, what did you make of the performance in general? I mean, second half, first half a few tries, but second half just constantly banging on the door, but just couldn't find a way through.
Yeah, look, it's disappointing the loss. After probably the three wins we've had, we were very confident coming here and getting the win. But the effort were there, and it's something we can build on. They're up there in the league at the moment, and we definitely matched it with them. So it shows we're up there as well. So we move on to next week, and we've got a big game against the Roosters. They're up there as well. So hopefully we can match them and hopefully come away with a win next week.
Chris has been in and out of the side in the last couple of years, but he's really starting to make a fist of it. 2 tries tonight, he looked very good.
Yeah, no, Sevy's lacked consistency this year of playing through no fault of his own. I think he had an injury there at one stage, but then he's had 2 close contacts in regards to the COVID, and was ill as well. So again, like Xavier, he'll keep developing. He's only a young player. We've got our outside backs, Seb, Matty Tomoko, Xavier, they're very, very young in maturity of how many games they've played of NRL.
And for the oldest man in your back line, Jordan Rapiner kept hitting away at that wall all night.
Yeah, he's a great competitor, and he brings a lot of energy to the team. He just competes raps, and that's what we love about him.
Jack and Josh, are you sort of expecting to lose those guys next week now?
Yeah, I believe that'll be the case, and that's great. I'd love to have 8 or 10 Origin players, because that's what makes your football team, and having those players there, they'll make our job harder next week now, not having them. But I've always said, representative players. They go away, they come back better players, and they're better for your team.
Is there any update on Jared, Ricky?
But pardon?
Any update on Jared Croker?
I think there might be scans tomorrow, which will determine the outcome in regards to surgery or whatnot.
How's his spirits? Is he around the game today?
Yeah, no, Jared's here, mate. It's just talking to him. He's obviously down. He's frustrated, and it's just good having him in the change rooms. It's good that he's come to the game. It'd be very hard for him at the moment. I feel for him, and I feel for him as a mate more than anything, because I know how hard it is when you're injured and you're missing footy, and he's worked so hard to try and get back to playing. And he's had a very difficult season last year. Come back, and he had 2 or 3 different injuries with his knee, then into his back and his shoulder. And so he needs his mates around him at the moment.
Yes,